Bora nessa, pessoal. Começar aqui a próxima missão. Siga as pistas. Conversar com Marley.
Let's see what. Always move forward.
Tá cada vez aparecendo mais coisas na história. Tá bem interessante mesmo. A história de cada personagem também é contado. Gostei muito disso.
What do you have for me, navigator?
I think it's time we talk about what this journey is really about.
I don't follow.
I know about the time soul, Marley. And I know what you intend to do with it.
You were in my hold, despite my explicit orders.
Mordecai told me to. A secret message back in the Riddle Hole. His words were clear. He wants you to send the time soul back to the below.
I know very well what his final request was.
Do you? Because when you recounted it to me, you left out the most vital part.
Careful now, navigator.
You intend to use the time soul. You're going against your captain's wish so you can bring him back.
Listen well, Aethia Manicato. You presume to speak for the captain, but you are wrong, no matter what his message says. I know better than anyone what the captain would have wanted.
Think about the clues he left us. The relics. Put there to remind you when you should not use your power. The mirror, which makes the crew come to terms with their past. He's preparing us. Because if anyone uses the time soul, something terrible will happen.
Enough. Your concern is noted. Return to your post, and let us not speak of this again.
I'm not giving up yet, Marley.
As you will, navigator. Now please, leave me be.
Fine. Take your time. We'll continue this at a later date. Well, not like I expected this to be easy. Back to business it is. I like these odds.
Eu sabia. Sabia que ela ia querer fazer isso.
Let's get a better view.
Bora, cadê ela? Como ela é a próxima... Não, Pinkus é o próximo, né?
Sharpshooter, a problem requires your attention.
Does it now?
One of the skellies was found on deck, motionless.
Someone is using them for target practice again?
No, it's not waking up. You should investigate.
I'll take care of it. It's done.
Ué, isso aqui?
The scene of the crime. Let's see what we can find. Through the flames. The victim. Skeleton, normal build, all bones accounted for and intact. Hey, you! I see where this doesn't react to sensory stimulation. Its soul remains. A table? No other mugs? Victim drank alone. The future calls. Broken mug on the floor. Likely the victim's. The deck is damp with some of the contents. It didn't finish. The salty air and the soul-infused wood of the Marley should have cleansed the dampness right away. That was not mere rum. This drink has been tampered with. Current evidence points towards adulterated rum. I'll have to convene with Pete and the Nameless One. They're the ones overseeing the distribution of rum rations. Judgment is at hand.
Ah, brincadeira que eu vou ter que subir. Ah, dá pra subir por aqui, ótimo.
The crow flies.
Pete! Pete! Look. Huh? What? It's the crow! Don't you see her? No, I don't see anything. Wait, no, that's not me. She's the blind one.
Very entertaining, as usual. Business is going good?
Good? Tell her, Pete. How are the numbers looking? Most of them are round. Others are a bit squared at the moment.
Oh, I'll make it short for you. We've got poisoned rum on deck. You're the ones responsible for the rum's purity, so I'd advise you to cooperate unless you want to stand trial.
A trial? Please, no. Nothing is longer than a trial.
I'll let the Marley know about your testimony. Once more unto the breach. Dicho y hecho. Greetings, ship.
What have you found, Crow?
Can we cut through the act where you pretend you haven't witnessed all that's happened here?
Do you notice every itch and every scratch that irritates your skin?
I do.
Please, indulge me.
The victim drank poisoned rum.
Pete and the Nameless One are involved again. It was a rash call by the captain to make them oversee the rum.
Well, it was either them or our well-trusted quartermaster.
Sometimes you're stuck between a lull and a treacherous stream. I presume you've talked to them already. What did they say?
They're concerned with the length of the trial and the shape of numbers.
Just what you expect from them, then.
Maybe you're right. I also took the mug that held the afflicted fluids. I'll have to investigate it more, which will take time. I'll get back to you once I've found something. Change in position.
What do we have here? Well,
Where to, navigator?
Ah, sim, é aqui. Ok. O do Pinkus é 2. E da Teresa é 2. Então eu tô fazendo a escolha certa, obviamente. Vamos do Pinkus. Baía de Aço e Gran Alcázar. Pera, Gran Alcázar é a fortaleza onde eu enfrentei a doida lá que ficava voltando no tempo, né?
Oh, such tragedy! A broken mirror.
how is that a tragedy?
How would I marvel at my magnificent countenance with all these shards floating around?
Please, just look at it, Quartermaster.
I suppose I could try to get a glimpse of myself in this reflective debris.
Pinkus, if you're hearing this, I'm dead and gone. That makes me the oldest man aboard. Remember when you once told me about that servant you had? What was his name again? Never mind. Can't hear you anyway. But I distinctly remember you saying you left him somewhere.
Yeah, Sebastian. He wasn't supposed to. Well, all right. There seems to have been a anticipation on my part. Indeed, there is someone who I'll have to face before I can pass whatever tribulations the captain envisions.
And here I was trembling at the thought of what the mirror might pull from your dogged soul.
Yes, I had a couple of great dogs, very reliable. But no, the captain is talking of Sebastian, my loyal servant.
Great. We just find him and you talk things out? Easy work.
Yes, it was admittedly a while ago, but I'm very optimistic he's still where I last saw him.
Tell me, and I'll set a course.
In prison. More precisely, the dungeons of the Iron Bay.
Now
Set a course, navigator.
Esse aqui é fácil, porque eu vou levar o Quentin. Com ele eu posso descer aquelas escadas no começo. E eu posso levar do canhão também para subir mais rápido os cantos altos, sem precisar pegar a chave. É, o Quentin em ela é perfeito. Porque aí ela sobe os dois e o Quentin sobe o outro depois. É perfeito isso. É a equipe perfeita para essa missão.
We are close to the Iron Bay. Now, servant, you left him in a prison.
Haven't we all done things that we aren't particularly proud of?
Do you at least remember in which cell he was?
Of course, of course. What kind of barbarian forgets where they left their most trusted acquaintance? He is right there.
That cell is rather empty.
Indeed. Naught but a minor setback. I remember them keeping particularly tight records. As they are not of those who cast away traditions lightly, I presume they still have them there. Ah, yes, there they are, tightly perused by a diligent prognosticar. Wearing the form of one of their acolytes should allow me to read about Sebastian's whereabouts. So long as the prognosticar is not looking directly at me while I browse his files. Alas, it is a risk I must take. Now, Ifia, would you be so kind and choose our landing?
Claro que aqui, né, poxa. Eu vou dar a volta inteira no lugar. Obviamente aqui. Não tem nem sentido eu dar a volta inteira no lugar. Vamos lá, Pinkus. Nosso amigo Pinkus. Eu devia ter pego dela, ó. Mas vou pegar esse.
I'm finished waiting.
Finally.
Se eu levar o Toya... Até porque o da Teresa é o próximo. Eu vou usar ela bastante. 2 missões com ela. Vamos. Se bem que não. Vou levar o Toya não.
A coin for my troubles?
Vou levar esses 3 como eu falei.
Smoking right.
I wonder, Quartermaster, what made you come here in the first place?
Good. Aha! I always wanted to experience the insides of a prison. A real one, you see, not these petty cellars my family called Kirker. So, of course, I, Sebastian, set out and tried to get ourselves in prison.
Your naivety is truly exceptional.
My dear Marley, you sound just like Sebastian.
Do you have a pinch of ash for me? I have precious...
Strange.
Where the wind blows, cannonballs fly. Duck 'em. On the cursed wretch! Abomination! Yes, I'm hot.
Please bother someone else.
Urge the undead! Sure resistance!
Não. Bora voltar já porque já deu ruim.
We may reconsider our options. Good snout.
I wonder, Quartermaster, what made you come here in the first place?
Aha! I always wanted to experience the insides of a prison. A real one, you see, not these petty cellars my family called Kirker. So, of course, I, Sebastian, set out and tried to get ourselves in prison.
Your naivety is truly exceptional.
My dear Marley, you sound just like Sebastian.
task. Then see a confessor.
Ué? Que não deu certo?
I've had the most interesting epiphany. Yes, you can tell me later.
What strange noise?
Many interruptions today. And yet,
Smoking right. The way back. Good. I have to get a new coat anyway. Ha, that's just changed me.
Tá, já é bem aqui do lado.
where did the time go? This can't be right.
Ai, tem outro guarda aqui.
The maiden firms the heart. The fire steals the soul. So much still to do. Aye, measure is unceasing.
Your memories are much appreciated.
Where the wind blows, cannonballs fly. Cannol! Always a pleasure. Let's not ask for permission.
Sleeping
Like
on
moths
duty,
to
are
the fire.
maiden servants do not sleep on duty.
No, I still
Duty
need time.
calls.
It's,
Outrageous.
How to put this? Nothing I can't
from here
afford.
That was my chest.
I suppose we should approach this from another angle. The burdens of nobility.
I've had the most interesting epiphany. Yes, you can tell me later.
Como é que eu vou entrar aqui, poxa?
Golden greetings. Will it yield coin?
How to put this? I have to get a
Don't
new
sell me
coat
short.
anyway.
If there is value, it's mine.
Oi! Ho ho!
small handle.
A ghost all the time on my
I stand
family's
against the
shooting
tempest.
range.
Anything
I nearly
shiny?
paid off.
I'll take that.
Ready for a challenge.
Let's be
Yes,
quiet.
right.
Is there treasure? Diamonds, rubies, emeralds.
Oui. Sure as the storms.
Tá, bora salvar.
Good capture, Mark. Don't mind the men.
Dares disturb me.
I like long shots. Cannol ready. Always a pleasure. D'accord. So how did you get yourself imprisoned?
It was surprisingly easy, actually. I just needed to display my abilities once, and we were in there faster than I could have hoped for. They do grant you a really swift trial once you're accused of using magic. Lucky us.
Lucky
Greatness
you, rather,
personified.
since you're the one who is not in prison anymore.
Yes, it doesn't take much to soak up all the nuances of a prison cell. Thus, I broke out and told Sebastian to wait for me until I would find a way to free him. Which, gloriously, I'm doing now.
I miss the waves under my feet.
Do you have a pinch of that?
Quelle surprise!
I have precious little to spare.
We may come back here. This is going to be a long shot. Magnifique!
The maiden servant
Thoughts that count?
on duty.
Swiftly.
What do we have here? I said duty calls. Face the maiden.
Careful negotiations. It will be dealt.
Purge the undead heretic. That bush seems highly suspicious to
My qualities are easy.
arbiter of the maid.
Good. My tobacco is getting stale.
You shall stop this foolishness on us. No.
Any cannons loose?
An offer I can't refuse.
Pirates!
Fire will
Calcula.
They still.
I'll come to
Nobody takes what's mine.
Come. I'll cut you loose.
É isso aí.
Vile things did this to you. Let us find them. Calculate. Rectify. I can smell your rotting flesh.
My time is not
A judgment awaits, creature.
Rectifica.
Let's not ask for permission.
We
You are wasting
your
precious
carcasses
time.
to the fire.
Come forth.
I can smell your rotting flesh. Fire will
They all
guide the
see
fire.
my riches.
For your cursed soul.
Measure.
Finders keepers. Right.
Rectify.
Pronto.
Driven them back to the
É
villa.
assim que se faz um ataque direito.
Well, there is a certain power
Esperar
in
aqui.
proper ledger. So meticulous.
If you must.
Aye.
It is I, the great Von
No one
Pressfire.
is allowed to peruse my findings. Glad you didn't pick me this time, Gael.
As you command.
There are no
Out with you.
studies without something.
Not fuse. It's going to be bumpy. I'll be. A fine shot.
Nobody can escape.
This definitely was my last night.
Such is the power of administration.
Nothing I can't.
An island in the storm.
Who would I taste?
Hora de botar as habilidades dele em ação.
Here I was again in the prison of my past, heroically returning to save my old servant and companion.
Are you composing your memoirs again?
Certainly. A good word is never to be left astray.
But a companion is?
Touché.
I can smell gold
Any
already.
volunteers? That wasn't so bad. Magnifique.
So many lost souls.
Thanks for the ride, I
They are
suppose.
all accounted
I don't look up to anybody.
here.
I'll hold on to this.
Let's reel them in. It's a deal then.
Ah, yes, my records. They hold the history of this establishment.
Ah, pera,
It
talvez.
will be dealt with.
You can only get a sense of the future if you study the past. There's a certain
Rubies, emeralds.
proper ledger. So
I drive a thank you.
no one is allowed to peruse my
That's
rights.
a big one. He'll bite.
J'écoute. Wash.
Having is better than wanting. Lights out. Finders keepers.
Nobody
Right.
can escape the confines of these papers. Such is the power of administration.
Oh? Will it yield coin?
I have them all here.
The cannon is mightier than the sword.
Prisoner that was ever detained.
An offer I
That
can't refuse.
vigilant.
Any coin?
Files is my
Sign your
gain.
treaty.
Your fate ends here.
Big
cursed
problem?
soul.
Bigger solution.
Got a good head in my chest. Thank you.
Eu
I
quero
can
você.
smell hook, line, and sinker.
É isso aí.
I could spend hours going through such meticulous records.
Please don't.
From what I can gather, Sebastian is not listed as an inmate anymore. But it seems they throw the worldly belongings of released prisoners on a pile just outside the prison. Maybe we can pick up his trace there.
Tudo que eu tenho que
Best not
fazer
forget. Yes?
é sair da prisão. Tá, vamos primeiro salvar.
My chest is off limits.
As you command. Don't worry, you're dead in your passage and sin. Who wants to go on a ride? This is where the fun begins. Marvelous.
Oh, at least I'm here now.
Let's not ask for permission.
I cast for treasure. It's a deal then. Strange.
Well, now.
Tá legal, não vai dar certo esse meu plano. E eu tenho que chegar com eles aqui pra poder me mandar lá pra fora.
Oi? Ai.
I cast for treasure.
The cannon is mightier than...
They always fall for it.
Any cannons loose?
Beleza. O guarda ali. Se o guarda observando, estragou meu plano.
Ready for a challenge.
Nobody takes what's mine.
J'écoute.
Horrid thing made that noise.
Strange. We will feed your carcass to the pyre.
Ventura,
How I will enjoy
Calcula,
purging your
Rectifica.
soul.
I don't look up to anybody.
Calculate.
Inquisition steel.
Stench of your corruption still.
Where the wind blows, cannonballs fly.
Ótimo. Deu certo. Deu tudo certo. Só tem que esperar eles passarem aqui. Salvo agora. A gente completa isso aqui. Num instante agora. A missão dele foi mais fácil do que eu esperava.
Big problem? Bigger
An
solution.
offer I can't refuse.
Is it the curse? Or merely fate? A cruel twist of fate, perhaps?
Careful negotiations. It's a deal then. Nice out.
Please bother someone else.
Let us pray this doesn't happen again.
I stand against the tempest. As you command.
Do I see?
Little bombs. Another ace in the hole.
Place in the design.
This will occupy them for a bit.
We should have burned these weeds.
What do we have here?
Commence.
I like long shots.
That was our cold guy out.
Eu achava que ele ia me ver, ó.
I, or whatever it is they say,
Tá, eu preciso pegar esse... Se bem que eu não preciso pegar esse
smoking
guarda.
right.
Well,
Nothing I can't afford.
it's no maiden's fire, but it still must burn. I shall not move from this place.
I miss the waves under my feet. Let's not ask for permission. Come on, I'll be careful.
A wise decision.
This is where the fun begins. Don't. A fine shot.
Oh, at least I'm here now. It's mine. I'll take that.
Pronto.
Ready for a challenge.
If you must. Good. My tobacco is getting stale.
I don't look up
It
to
will be
anybody.
dealt
Quelle surprise.
Well, now. Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
As you command.
Greatness personified.
Anything shiny?
Any volunteers? That wasn't so bad, was it?
How to put this?
Vamos salvar de novo.
What would we do without you, my
Are you asleep?
Brincadeira, não é isso?
Must we suffer this again?
Are you asleep?
Ready for a challenge.
Thanks for the
I
hold on.
like
That's
long
what's
shots.
mine. Though it is stated that corruption above a
brincadeira,
certain
droga.
level is harmless,
É
it must
brincadeira,
be
poxa.
watched.
I don't look up to anybody. I miss the waves under my feet. Let's not ask for permission.
Having
Nice,
is
nice
better
style,
than wanting.
girl.
Nobody takes what's
Oi.
mine.
Aye.
Nossa, falta um pouco. Falta bem pouco.
What do we have here?
No torch can be without the flame. Well, I have better things to
Day
do.
and night I stand watch,
I stand against the tempest. Big
I can
problem?
smell gold.
Bigger solution. Don't get too comfortable. D'accord.
What is that? It's no maiden's fire, but it still must burn.
My
I
eyes
shall ignore
do
this
not
impertinent
waver
interruption.
from the heaps for her. Fire.
Any cannons loose? The cannon is mightier than the sword. As you command. I'll be coach. Marvelous.
Oh, at least I'm here now. Nice out.
Where the wind blows, cannonballs fly.
Well now.
I miss the waves under my feet. Big problem? Bigger solution.
If there is value, it's mine. I'll take that.
J'écoute.
Ah!
Short fuse, long rope. Bourgeois.
Não, 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 não. Não, brincadeira, né? Não, não, não trave. Nada, não trava. Certo, voltei aqui, o jogo salvou. A gente parou, só perdi algumas coisinhas. Não, você não vai chamar ninguém não, droga. Foi por causa de você que o jogo travou.
I don't look up to anybody.
I can smell cursed.
Aí eu vou fazer o contrário.
Who wants to go on a ride? Don't worry, you're magnifique.
Thanks for the ride, I suppose. Nice out.
Ah, bom. Será que foi esse combo que eu fiz? Será que fez travar o jogo? Essa medalha que eu ganhei? Só que agora deu certo.
Anything shiny?
Bem, bora ver, agora deu certo.
Ah, well, that's odd. These are mostly bones. Why would they... let me have a look.
Count von Presswald. Is that you?
Sebastian, there you are. Wonderful. It must have been, what, 3, 4 weeks since we've parted ways?
30 years, my lord.
Oh, my, time does fly, doesn't it? You must have many a tale worth putting in the annex of my memoirs. So, let's gather up your belongings and leave this wretched place. Calm now, Sebastian. No more dilly-dallying. It has been 30 years already.
My lord, have you not noticed that I am dead?
Dead? Oh, yes, you are rather pale-looking now that you mention it. When did that happen?
7 years ago,
Yet you're still here.
I promised I would stand firm and wait for your return.
Oh, that is very commendable, Sebastian.
Yes. Now, would my lord lower himself to gather my remains and carry me off this pile of junk?
Ah, the burdens of nobility. I will grant you this boon. Let's leave now.
Yes, my lord. Of course.
Ok.
Is there any particular reason my lord was held up for such an extended time?
Oh, so many, Sebastian. Soon after we parted, I met a man called Mordecai.
Black Eye Mordecai? The pirate captain?
Exactly. And to nobody's surprise, he made me quartermaster of the Red Marlin. Admittedly, I mostly use the ink and paper they provide to work on my memoirs.
So, my lord signed on a pirate ship and continued writing his memoirs for the last 30 years.
Yes, in fact, there's an enormous backlog of proofreading for you to get to.
It's a deal then. That was fun.
Vamos embora daqui. Exatamente o que eu fiz. Leva à prisão. Ok. Fizemos a primeira parte. Falta outra missão agora. E aí vai ficar faltando só o da Teresa.
Hey,
Smoking
Marley.
right.
I want to talk.
If we must, Navigator.
Marley, I'm back, and I brought Sebastian here with me.
What's in it for me? I like these odds.
Hey?
Sobre a favela.
That's what we did. That's why we lived.
Nah, I'm telling you, the clue is the last chorus is entirely different.
Ah, I see you're still singing that shanty.
Yeah, finally hearing it really helped getting rid of that nasty earworm. Unfortunately, it just happened to be so effective a cure, Ridge and I can't quite agree on the final lines.
Wasn't it once a mighty crew, now without a ship?
Ah, yes, that's it! Almost forgot it again. Can you believe it? Now come, Sir Agent. We've got to hammer that darn tune in our skulls somehow. Yeah, Grog's a great idea. Thanks for the help, Aethia. Meet you a deck.
Sure. Enjoy your rum.
Ok, bora falar com a Marley de novo.
I am listening.
I know how much it hurts. I know you want it to stop. But what you're trying to do, that's only going to make it worse.
I remember everything about him with perfect clarity. Every time I do, I'm reminded that he isn't here now. I'll never hear his voice again. Feel his boots on my deck. I'm sorry, Navigator, but you do not know.
I told you I was a war orphan, yes? Did I tell you where from? I'm from Port Royal. I'm one of the few the dead man's fleet pulled out of the burning city. I saw my family burn to ash. My friends pulled me from the smoldering ruins of our house. Most of them died before we could reach the piers. When we sailed away, all I thought was, what if this wasn't real? Just a bad dream. I've closed that wound a long time ago. I have Mordecai to thank for it.
You were one of the orphans the captain brought on board.
Aye. Saw him lose his hand and all. Reaper's teeth, what a fight. He made jokes about it later. Think he tried to comfort us. Don't worry, eh? Look, I'll just put it in me heart. That's when I wanted to be like him. Someone who can take all the bad life throws at you and still make the best of it. A true pirate, eh?
Perhaps. I was too quick to judge you, Navigator. I will reconsider our previous discussion. In the meantime, let us continue on our journey. Agreed?
Always move forward.
It is I, the great Von Pressfire.
The future calls.
Vamos falar com a Marley aqui sobre a investigação.
Now, what did you find, Crow?
The rum was definitely poisoned.
Didn't you come to that conclusion already?
But now I know more about it. The poison is like none I've seen before. Tell me, how's the skeleton holding up?
It is poisoned.
But awake?
If you can call it that, yes.
Then I'll have to question him.
Good luck.
Let's get a better view.
Ah, não, esse aqui é o outro lado.
How are you doing?
Boredom bears benevolent besiegements.
Excuse me?
Righteousness regards reindeers rotundly.
Right, indeed. Yeah, look, I just need you to tell me who gave you the rum.
Miraculously, mugs manage moisture.
Not much of a miracle. Now, once again, where did you get the rum?
Whimsical whereabouts wine wondrously.
Ugh, that stuff was even stronger than I expected. I'll have to talk to the Marley about this again. Change in position.
Ah, the crow crawls back cravenly, I see.
Funny, ship. Unfortunately, I need a coherent and not an alliterative statement.
The mug alone isn't enough evidence?
No, as I said, I haven't seen this kind of poison before. I need to find whoever served this sludge and see if they have more of it. I wish I could take a peek into the head of that darn skeleton.
There is one person who could.
Oh no.
I'm only saying that, as he can do what you ask for.
Out of the question. I'd rather burn 1,000 millennia in the Maiden's stead before working a second with that imbecile. I'll find a way to get that skeleton to talk.
Ela vai acabar
Once
pedindo
more, a
ajuda pra
good
ele.
knock to the head may resolve his issues. No mercy given. Justice has been granted. For desperate times, the crow flies. How do you feel?
Jugular juxtapositions joust, jesters.
Maybe I'll have to get more creative.
Eu não acho que
A
atirar
little
nele com a balestra
lessons,
vai
maybe.
funcionar.
In the land of the blind,
Também não vai dar certo isso.
and
Antiquities accelerate arbitrary angles.
rayos y centellas. It seems there really is no escape. I'll have to ask him, but I can't do it now. I need to rest as much as I can beforehand.
Já acabou a missão.
Let fate be our judge.
Remedies
Certo, bora
for the
agora
dead.
pegar ele.
I have to get a new coat anyway.
Bora falar com o Sebastian.
Vice Vincent. Welcome on the Marley, Sebastian, your new home. You may rest in front of my cabin.
Gracious as always, Quartermaster.
Ah, and this is the Marley herself speaking. She can be a bit frightening, but eventually you'll get used to each other.
That seems most unlikely.
Hello, Ship Marley.
You're already getting along beautifully. Now, let's face that mirror together and get this farce over with.
A mirror, my lord.
Ah, just some misguided magical device insisting that you and I are in a quarrel.
Ainda não acabou.
A ghostly pleasure. So, dear shattered mirror, I present to you Sebastian.
Good day.
Is this thing on?
I presume the mirror will only speak when it is satisfied.
What else could it want? I've righted my wrongs, if you insist on calling them that, and everybody is happy.
My lord, forgive my forwardness, but I believe I know what the holdup could be.
Huh? Oh, well, go on then, Sebastian. It's not like this magical mirror here is deferring to my attempts at conversation.
I have had a long time to reminisce during the many years you have left me behind. I'm not sure I can continue anymore.
Sebastian, all this time of being a pile of bones must have gotten to your head.
Doesn't my lord agree that carrying the remains of his old servant would only hold him back?
You do have heavy bones, Sebastian. What is it you want, then?
A burial by the maiden's judgment, my lord.
Oh, please, surely I've judged you plenty enough in the past.
The maiden's judgment concerns itself purely with one's conviction and devotion to the maiden's sacrifice. It has nothing to do with inconsiderate words my lord has uttered over the years.
And where would we need to go for this?
Gran Alcázar, my lord.
Ah, to break into their fortress once again, to evade their scrutiny and laugh in their faces.
No, my lord, I merely...
So there is one more adventure to be had. Pack my bag, Sebastian. We're going to your funeral.
Ok, concluir a missão Dever de Pinkus, parte 2. Certo. Certo, bora começar o mapa então. Eu vou possivelmente subir de nível. Eu vou pegar a habilidade da Teresa nela, onde qualquer personagem pode recolher a flecha dela. E aí com isso vamos estar na metade do caminho, né? 1, 2, 3... 4, metade. Esse também é interessante, mas acho que como vai ser ela que eu vou escolher, não vale muito a pena.
Set a course, navigator.
Pronto. Um enterro pelo julgamento da donzela, o que não se faz por servos. Bora começar aqui. Aí só vai ficar faltando um. Eu não sei se eu vou ter que completar mais testes depois, ou se a gente já vai direto para outra missão para continuar a história, né? O tesouro, essas coisas. Aquela outra vai voltar de novo, com certeza. A não ser que não seja ela, né? A não ser que vai enfrentar o bicho lá.
Such a formidable church. But there appears to be no confessor in sight.
Confessor? Why should we concern ourselves with such lowly beings?
They are trained to perform the maiden's judgment, to see that it is done properly.
I have spied one at the gardens.
It seems he has taken a stroll. Does my lord think that he could take a peek into that confessor's mind to learn about the maiden's judgment?
Learn? A von Pressfahrt, never.
Quartermaster.
Oh, well, as usual, only the best for my servants. Afia, would you kindly choose an appropriate landing again?
Ah, meu Deus, é aqui, droga. Ah, mas é aqui. Dá pra começar aqui. Ai, que maravilha. Dá pra começar aqui. Beleza. Certo, eu vou escolher ela.
About time, yeah?
E eu vou escolher também a... Não sei se escolher a Teresa.
It's about time.
É, vai a Teresa.
Ugh, leaves are itching. This plan's growing on me.
Sebastian, are you certain that you don't want me to say some words of my own when we send you off?
I would like it to be a bit more sacerdotal than your usual ramblings, my lord.
Ah, Sebastian, what you denote as ramblings is my renowned ability to rally crowds.
Tem uma
My lord
saída
surely
aqui.
is referring to the time he rallied his sister's wedding party.
Yes, of course. The crowd was so enraptured after my speech.
Yes. Your sister was very glad you reminded everyone that her spouse was going to be her third attempt at marriage.
Vice Vincent.
How far do you and Pinkus go back, Sebastian?
I've seen to Pinkus since he was born.
Sebastian.
É,
Try again.
já deu errado.
Oh, I can grow lots of things. This plan's growing on me.
Sebastian, are you certain that you don't want me to say some words of my own when we send you off?
I would like it to be a bit more sacerdotal than your usual ramblings, my lord.
Ah, Sebastian, what you denote as ramblings is my renowned ability to rally crowds.
My lord surely is referring to the time he rallied his sister's wedding party.
Yes, of course. The crowd was so enraptured after my speech.
Yes. Your sister was very glad you reminded everyone that her spouse was going to be her third attempt at marriage.
How far do you and Pinkus go back, Sebastian?
I've seen to Pinkus since he was born.
Sebastian was the only servant who remained loyal after the von Pressfahrt estate fell to bankruptcy. Now he is working for the honor of serving our house.
My lord, I have followed you under the impression that you would at least attempt to repay me for my services.
Ah, Sebastian, I did. Now, let me see. A grand many things to say and do. It seems that usually for this procedure they use the beacon of judgment.
Meu
This
Deus.
confessor has a lousy memory. He doesn't remember any of the things he is supposed to say. He just reads them off one of those iron slabs that are stored in the scriptorium.
Do you think we could acquire such a slab to assure that the words uttered at my judgment are in accordance with the maiden's teachings?
Certainly, Sebastian. Additionally, equipment to ignite the beacon is to be found close by. And some iron dust to sprinkle on the remains should be taken as well. These seem to be all the things. Let's get them swiftly. I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted, Sebastian, but I did. It's just that there were so many other necessary expenses to be covered.
Like the cakes coated in gold foil?
Especially those.
Stand there babbling.
How long has it been?
Ah, meu Deus. Essa fase é horrível.
I knew this would come. I see where this is going.
Wie Sie wünschen.
Is that?
That won't be a challenge. Oh?
Abominable brash!
Does it shelter you?
Pistol Pinkus.
The crow flies.
Cursed brush.
Need something,
Does it
matey?
shelter you?
strength
Let's
returns.
stretch those roots.
The new chapter in my memoirs.
I can smell your rotting flesh.
Hey,
Oh?
The maiden's
Try
judgment
this
awaits,
fruit.
creature.
I, or whatever it is they say.
Measure, calculate,
Teresa,
rectify.
para servirle. No mercy given. I can smell
The
your
fire
rotting
longs
flesh.
for your cursed soul. We will feed your carcass to
Mensura.
the pyre.
A bolt for your skull. Through the flames.
Strange.
Ah,
Oh, this is fascinating.
Seems highly suspicious.
Seems my lead.
I believe it will be much easier to enter the scriptorium in the guise of one of these acolytes.
Maybe killing all of them before achieving just that is not the best idea then.
And you're still certain that you want to do this. You know you'll always have a place at my side, Sebastian.
That is very kind, my lord. But I've made my peace with the maiden. Now I just want to bask in her glory.
Your crimes are
And I
severe.
thought I knew your type.
Type, my lord?
I didn't expect that you'd long for the embrace of a centuries-old burn victim.
It is funny you should speak to my preferences in these matters, my lord.
Funny? How?
Didn't your last affair involve a courtier that arguably was a cousin of yours?
Ah, yes, I always struggled to untangle the intricacies of my family tree. Greatness personified. I have to get a new coat.
6
Anyway,
grams of death root, 2 drops of moonshine.
Today's studies concern the properties of the...
Ha! I have just the thing.
Teresa, ready to serve. Avert your gaze.
having is better than wanting. A ghostly pleasure.
I have to grow that back. Watch me go. I know right. Bring it.
The attack failed. Conquest long for the embrace of a centuries-old burn victim.
It is funny you should speak to my preferences in these matters, my lord.
Funny? How?
Didn't your last affair involve a courtier that arguably was a cousin of yours?
Ah, yes, I always struggled to untangle the intricacies of my family tree. That's the maiden's right. Long for the embrace of a centuries-old burn victim.
It is funny you should speak to my preferences in these matters, my lord.
Funny? How?
Didn't your last affair involve a courtier that arguably was a cousin of yours?
Ah, yes, I always struggled to untangle the intricacies of my family tree.
Last was. Measure, calculate, rectify. Maidens
Greatness personified. I like the taste of it.
Mate,
tasty
I
wine.
judgment awaits, creature.
I can smell
Fire
your
longs
flesh.
for your cursed soul.
4, 3, 2,
We will
1,
feed your carcasses
0.
to the fire.
Foi.
Good. Look at all these books. One could be reminded of the time when we broke into Louis XIV's library.
Yes, my lord. Even in death, my back still hurts when I think about carrying all those books out of there.
Well, good reading comes at a price, doesn't it?
My lord, you never actually read one of them.
Who'd have thought they'd all be in French? Darned language nobody can make sense of. Let's see, what does it say? Iron, fire, burning of the maiden, the voice of the flame, judgment. Again, I'm certain I could muster up words of much greater sacrosanctity.
Have you ever given a eulogy before, my lord?
Sebastian, surely you haven't forgotten the speech I gave at my Uncle Richard's funeral?
That was a eulogy? Oh, I was under the impression that you were attempting to open a buffet.
That was a beneficial side effect, I admit. Even in death, Uncle Richard was stingy with the food.
One day, I'll find out how you do it.
Ok, certo. Vamos lá.
Watch me go. Too many weeds here.
What? Well,
Food for the vines. Oh, this is fascinating. Up, up we go. Ha, I have just the thing.
So work hard and serve.
Interesting choice.
Vamos limpar a área.
Kill the body. I gotcha.
You just have to follow it.
Working on it. Six grams of death root. Bring it.
Just keep your future.
Ugh, leaves are itching. Oh, I like that. Oh, no problem.
strange.
Hey, try this fruit. Get over here, matey.
The flame guide?
All right, easy fix. 3 little cuts. Huh. Up we go. I do like this so far.
Peguei o segundo ingrediente agora.
This is the dust. Now, what would one do with a bag of weighty dirt at a funeral?
Sprinkling the iron dust of the maiden on the burning pyre symbolizes her willingness to burn alongside us.
Does the procedure
Aqui tem que salvar muitas vezes.
entire bag?
Yes, my lord. And you may not have 1 ounce for that pipe of yours.
It's a lady at the ready. Yeah, let me at him.
The court is in session. Judgment is at hand.
Is it time?
Peraí, como é que eu vou pegar isso aqui? Ela não
I've
pode usar.
seen it happen.
Fellow kindred of the maiden. Today's studies
Tá,
concern
vamos
the
limpar a área
properties of the
primeiro.
beacon of judgment.
The future calls.
Yes.
Need something, matey. Incoming. I'll trim their numbers.
Let fate be our judge.
I can see.
gives you away.
Não, peraí.
Ah, let's stretch those roots. Oh, no problem.
My son. Arriba! The crow for desperate time. Come to me.
Oh, I can grow lots of things. What ails your soul
Through the
today?
flames.
Refocus your attention and don't dare to prod your others for the answers. I can feel.
The court is in session.
Coming right up. Mine.
Tá, vamos mandar ele primeiro.
Oh, I'll have to note that down. Working on it.
Fire hungers for us. Once more onto the breach.
Tá, vamos salvar agora.
In the land of the blind.
Nothing I can't afford. Stick them with the pointy end.
Another star.
A rare short-range
Dicho
takedown,
y
huh,
hecho.
Teresa?
Otra ronda.
Pronto. Peguei a pólvora dela de
Change
volta,
in
que é
position.
extremamente necessário ter esse item. É muito útil. Pronto, pegar o acendedor.
These are the matchsticks? An odd thing to be considered sanctified.
They burn with
I
the smallest
see.
essence of maiden's fire and are practically inextinguishable.
Ah, we could have used such a thing in those oversized tombs in Giza.
It's
We
done.
had our torches, my lord, and till you decided to start a ruckus with the local fauna.
These spitting monsters. To think that they ride them around like mere horses.
What
I think we have all the things required.
that
Yes, it seems so. Well then, no more time to waste, I suppose. Let us start the ritual.
Remedies for the dead. Oh, I see.
Rectifica. I will find you, abomination. I shall witness your end. Mensura. Calcula.
I can smell your
Rectifica.
rotting
Vamos com
flesh.
calma agora.
Your soul bleeds uncertainty.
the
It is
fire will
almost
guide me to
thrilling.
you, fiend.
Standing around, catching light.
Uncertainty has ended. Order is restored. So be it.
Please bother someone else. The burdens of nobility.
Ugh, the leaves are itching. Coming right up. It'll only hurt a bit.
Strange.
Ah, I gotcha. Ha, I have just the thing. Oh, no problem.
Não sei como foi que eu fiz isso, mas consegui.
Well now. To each what they deserve.
Treatment's ready. Hiding spot coming up. Swift shrug coming through.
Ah, yes. Nice little
Oh,
straw.
I like that.
Oh, no. I must return to my right of patrol.
Yes! Deu certo.
Here we are.
Indeed we are. My lord, are you ready?
Yes, of course. When have I ever not been?
Well, there was that one time at your 6th wedding.
Oh, please, let's not talk about that one, Sebastian. Yeah, I wanted to say...
Yes, my lord?
Never mind. Let's get on with it. Are you ready, Sebastian?
I am, my lord.
Dearest maiden, bringer of fire who has been judged in our name, hear me and light your beacon. You who have walked this path before, grant us the wisdom of your judgment. I, Pinkus von Presswald, bring you Sebastian, who has come to finish the enlightened journey of his life. He asks you to relieve him of his burdens and lays his worldly soul before you. He is ready to be judged, as you have been judged before us. You shall now speak for yourself, Sebastian Hephart.
I, Sebastian Hephart, give myself to the judgment of the fire. May it test the conviction of my soul, and should I be found wanting, let it consume me.
Sebastian, is it... are you... Oh, I see. I have at times, if not always, failed to show proper appreciation for your sacrifices, Sebastian. You were without doubt the finest companion any man could ask for. Today I lay to rest no servant, but my dearest friend, whose memory would be any pirate's greatest treasure, and I count myself among the richest, for it is mine.
Thank you, my lord.
Sebastian, you're back. Did you change your mind?
No, my lord. It takes a while to burn a soul in its entirety.
Ah, I see. I just thought...
For what it is worth, my lord. I am glad I held out a little longer, but it is time now, my friend. May your soul always illuminate the dark.
Yours too, Sebastian.
Ah, que triste esse final deles.
Oh.
He's gone, Quartermaster. Truly, this time.
I understand. I suppose we ought to leave this place, then.
Standing around, catching light. Next patient. Let me see. Yeah.
Still breathing.
Tá, vamos dar o fora desse lugar, que esse lugar eu não gosto não.
Ah, swift justice.
Eu já eliminei a maior parte dos inimigos daqui.
Good snout. Whom will I taste this time?
Oh, I can grow lots of things. All right, easy fix.
Peraí. Tem que esperar aqui.
The verdict is clear.
Tem que esperar aqui porque senão o negócio aqui vai quebrar o disfarce.
Oh, I see.
Vamos esperar eles passarem para não ter interrupções.
One bolt, one life. My verdict is final. Let's get a bet for desperate times.
I'm losing control!
Need something, matey?
A new chapter in my memoirs.
Ouch! I have to grow that back. Ouch!
Step through the infernal portal.
Vamos dar o fora daqui. Obtenha 30% da conclusão geral. Consegui esse aqui, nananã. Examine a mente do padre sem atacar ninguém do antemão. Mate as 4 kindreds dentro do escritório. Conclua a missão, tudo feito. Certo. 18 minutos, não sei nem como. Não sei nem como foi 18 minutos. Bora. Bora. Carrega. Carregou. E vou lá, agora só falta um mapa.
Yes. I suppose I ought to visit that mirror again.
No second
Standing
thoughts.
around, catching
Likely a
light.
poor choice.
Antes disso, deixa eu pegar a habilidade aqui da Teresa. Vamos concluir a parte dele.
Pinkus,
Hmm?
the mirror is ready for you.
I assumed it would be. Well, my reflecting friend, what do you think?
If you wish to, I can stabilize the mirror a bit longer so you can attend your hair.
Ah, I thank you, Marley. But for today, my personal vanity will rest, and I'll keep my thoughts with Sebastian. That said, if you ever feel the need for a distracting chat, I would not be disinclined.
Come to me if you're free, Navigator. I have a few things to say.
A ghostly pleasure.
Certo. Certo, pessoal, eu vou só
I knew this
terminar
would come.
aqui, continuar aqui o conto da Teresa.
The crow flies.
E aí eu vou finalizar essa parte aqui. A gente tá no passo 3 dela. Tá, press watch.
It's done.
Pera. É o...
What can I do to make this work?
Qual é o nome dele
Please
mesmo?
bother someone else.
Pinkus.
Teresa, para servirle. Pinkus,
And thus the canopies in Caribbean jungles provide caterpillars with a much-needed perspective.
writing senseless drivel as usual.
Ah, yes. Sometimes when there is really nothing of matter to be written in my memoirs, I just go on creative tangents, hoping to find my step again. Recently, I've been struggling a bit, but I am unwavering in my unquestioned trust to my abilities' returnation.
Returnation?
Great minds are not content with only writing words, they strive to create them. What have you achieved so far, Teresa?
Pinkus, I came here because I need your assistance.
Of course. Wait, you need my assistance?
Unfortunately, yes.
Fortunate indeed. I agree, under 8 conditions.
Cut it down to 1.
I get full publishing rights to whatever transpires between now and solving the crime.
By all means. Now come.
And I need you to bring me my special detective quill.
Still behind the sawfish in the captain's quarters.
You remembered where I stored it?
How could I forget? Be ready when I come back.
What I would pay for a good rendition of Tree Martelot
Once
right
more
now.
onto the bridge.
No, absolutely not. I need
Ela
all
realmente
the
não
silence
gosta
I can
dele.
get. Otherwise, I'll never finish my memoirs.
Tá, pegue a pena de Pinkus. Tá, onde é que tá isso? Tá aqui.
Let's get a better view.
Ué, tá... Não, pera.
Judgment is at hand.
É aqui, no peixe e serra. Pegar.
Of all the places to hide quill and paper. A sharp tool behind a sharp fish. Doesn't that make sense, Teresa? Back to Pinkus.
Certo, vamos...
I see where
Não,
this
não, não,
is
pera. Ele tá aqui. Pronto. Quase que eu passo dele.
Here they are.
And so my assistant returns to me with my most vital tools.
Assistant?
Ah, let's not get hung up on a mere draft, Teresa. Now, what is the task at hand?
There is a skeleton whose mind I need you to peek into.
Again, my remarkable abilities lit a beacon of hope among our canopy of surmounting troubles. Ha! I knew writing about canopies would come in handy.
Don't get too ahead of yourself, Pinkus. The victim drank strong soul-altering poison. It will be quite the mess in there.
Ha! Allegedly poison almost became one of my middle names. I'll inspect him right now.
I've seen it happen.
Agora a gente tem que mudar pra ele.
Another pair of eyes might do the trick.
E pronto.
Oh, that is quite quibbling.
Now, do you see anything?
Yes. I just haven't hung hereditary from festering fields.
Pinkus is taking you over. Get out of there.
Just one ominous occasion.
Nossa, é tão forte que afetou ele.
While the hero lies on the floor with flat breath, his worried assistant kneels at his side.
You haven't taken a breath in 30 years. And if you call me assistance again, I will chase you from here to Madre Grande.
That would make quite the tale, wouldn't it? I must say, in all sincerity, I am rather exhausted. It was quite perilous inside that one's mind. Without your heeding words, I may have not returned. Thank you.
You're welcome.
A single tear rolls down Teresa's cheek.
I don't have eyes, Pinkus.
Isso é normal?
Ah, yes. It's easy to forget sometimes. You do glare quite intensely if you want to. Right, exactly like that.
I'll need some of your tobacco to keep my patience.
Ah, yes. Unfortunately, I am currently experiencing an unexpected shortage. If there weren't ongoing investigations already, I may have asked you to help me find it, but it'll turn up soon, I'm sure.
Ok. É normal isso aqui? Ele tá com as coisas dele também? Faz parte da missão?
Come on, Sargento! I have to get a new coat anyway. Good snout.
Pronto. Acho que ele vai acordar de qualquer maneira do mesmo jeito. Pronto, vamos conversar com a Marley rapidinho também. Conversar com ele também.
You're here to serve, I presume.
Sobre Sebastian.
There he was, fending off Louis XIV's honor guard while carrying several heavy tomes. Oh, yes, please?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. What are you writing about?
Ah, the current chapter is about Sebastian and me breaking into Louis XIV's library.
Well. So he was the one fighting several soldiers.
Oh, yes, he was a magnificent swordsman at the time. Truly a sight to behold. I don't think I would have managed to get out of my own castle's gardens without him.
He has earned a place in your memoirs, then.
Well, Sebastian was already in many chapters, just maybe not in the best light. So I thought I'd go through them, as they certainly deserve a bit of retouching. Speaking of... where was I? Oh, yes. After he had fought off all of our foes, I didn't dare to tell him that I couldn't speak any French at all, which rendered these books we had stolen entirely useless to me. But the adventure was one I will always remember gladly.
Certo, vamos falar com a
Now
Marley
we're
agora.
getting somewhere.
Navigator, I have rethought my goals regarding the treasure. The captain was never shackled by the past. It is time I learned from his example. When we find the time soul, I will do my best to...
Marley?
Something's wrong. It's her. I have to go.
Isso não é bom.
Marley, what's going on here?
Evil.
I'll be there soon.
Droga. Ela vai ser um problema ainda.
Always move forward.
Vamos investigar ela.
Where are you, Ignatia?
Pitiful soul. Did you really think I'd simply remain your idle captive? I found a little helper to carry me into the Marley's depths. Soon, I will be reunited with my true self and grant her all the knowledge I have discovered.
Not if I can help it.
Pequena ajudante.
Virgilio, I need you right now.
Calmatevi, signora. I await you at the usual spot.
I like it already.
Será que é ele que tá ajudando? Só pra ver as coisas seguindo em frente aqui.
Consider it
So what's the stove done this time, huh?
Ah, she tried to take my...
I must say, things are getting quite interesting.
Spare me. I have to get to Ignatia.
My. You're growing a bit too reliant on my services.
One last time, Virgilio. For me.
Ah, I am too easily swayed. Andiamo.
Good work, Jester. Jester?
Is that you, Navigator? I don't know how you got here, but I need your help. Come now.
That's not in my power. No second thoughts, eh? Estelle, what are you doing down here?
She was under Ignatius' control and carried the captain's head down here. I already broke the spell. Come.
Ah, não é ele, é o macaquinho.
Ignatia is forcing me to create a pathway through the below.
How do I stop her?
Too late, Navigator. Open the gates. So, this is how you flee from my grasp time and time again. Most devious. Alas, I've come for different insight. Let us see what my fragment has spied from you.
Something, Navigator.
You hear it, little... Nobody takes what is mine, Navigator. Unleash!
Ih, não funcionou. Ih, funcionou sim.
You
Now
hear
we're
it,
getting somewhere.
little cursed? The desperation in your...
Nobody takes what is mine, navigator. Unleash!
Acho que tem que ficar fazendo isso, talvez. Aí uma hora vai quebrar a máscara, a cabeça.
I'll be there soon.
You hear it, little cursed? The desperation in your host's inhuman soul. How easily the ship. Nobody takes what is mine, navigator. Unleash!
I'll be there
You
soon.
hear it, little cursed? Pointless. My will is unbreakable.
Pera aí, tinha que perder mesmo então?
Come, fragment. Grant me the knowledge you have gained. Ah, I see. So Mordecai made you the key. Very well. Stumble through your final tests, pirates. I will
Droga
await
isso.
you at the end.
Why can't I resist the captain's head?
Infuriating to be at the mercy of your power, isn't it? How long I've spent devising rites to counter you, yet in the end, the answer was so simple. Any human soul would have accepted Mordecai's death by now. But not you. You never needed to face grief, loss, pain. Your power has left you defenseless to them. Do you understand now? It's not the semblance of your captain that grants me power over you. It is your inability to let him go. And that is why you will fail.
Sorry, Marley. I tried my best.
I know, Navigator. She's gone now. I'll send a few skeletons to pick you up.
Droga. Vai ser um saco ainda na história.
Come to me, Navigator.
No second thoughts, eh?
Tem mais coisa.
I can't forget what she said.
Don't let Ignatia turn your head around. She's just trying to break you down.
But she's right. I couldn't even bring myself to throw his skull overboard. How do I fight this, Navigator? How do I win against myself?
That's for you to figure out, Marley. When we find the treasure, you'll be ready.
Certo, pessoal, vou finalizar mais essa parte agora do vídeo. Depois a gente continua no próximo mapa com a Teresa.
Straight to the point.
Até já.